In this tutorial, we're going to talk about businesses. Now, we're going to talk more about the business profile itself, the information that's stored there, and how it connects to other profiles within the system, rather than talking about the importing. And if you need a refresher on that, I would encourage you to watch the importing tutorial or the initial 101 onboarding videos. To access our business profiles, we can either come down to our business icon or we can search in our search box directly for a specific business. So maybe for us, we want to search for the relish jar. And when we look at the relish jar, we start to see all of that basic contact information, right? This is our who, what, when, where, why for the business. So it's got all of the address, all of the website and Instagram and social links and everything else. And it's got our open date. It also has businesses, business locations. So everything's already connected. The other thing that we can put on those business profiles, hours of operation, and newly added employee records. These operate just like our contact reports. So if we find out that an employee's the employee status has changed, so maybe we were in and we found out that they actually hired 2 new people. So now they're at 7 full-time employees and 3 part-time employees. And that just happened yesterday, let's say. We select that and we can save that, and that will be saved on their profile. We'll see that now we've got that record saved, and so everything will be flowing then correctly into the reporting. We've got those contact reports, we've got involvements, everything's stored on that profile for the business itself. If we needed to come in and add an extra person, maybe we just found out that they hired Sue and she's a manager there, so we can mark that information. If they're in multiple spaces or they've moved out of one and into another, we can add all of that information. And it makes it really easy to track all of the data that's important to a business. Now, if this business were ever to close, we would want to make sure that we came in and entered a close date. Same thing if they moved out of the district. So maybe they're still open and they're functioning, but they've outgrown their current space and now they have to go to a different part of town. Or maybe they moved one town over, or whatever the case may be. We want to make sure that we're still tracking some information. So we want to enter the moved out date. What that does is it pulls them out of our reporting, but it still allows us to continue to add involvements because they've, chances are, built a relationship. They're going to continue to sponsor events. They're going to continue to show up and support the district. They're just no longer located there. And so that's what that moved out box does. Similarly, if a business has opened somewhere else and they now relocate to the district, you don't want to call that an open date. We want to put that date in the moved into the district date. And so that makes it really easy to pull, your relocated businesses separate from your open and closed businesses and keeps all of that data pretty accurate for you. Everything's got the ability to have a date picker, so you can pick the dates. We may not find out right that day that they opened. We may find out a couple of days later. This will allow us to attribute the correct information to that particular business. And then if we stopped in, maybe we said we stopped in and talked to the business about sponsoring the farmers market, and we wanted to have a record of that, we could just go in, and then when we save that, we see that that contact report is now saved, and whoever has access to this profile will be able to access that and see that that conversation took place on that day. We can go in and edit those as often as we need and add more to it as well. Businesses is a great place to store any information about any business that you're dealing with, whether they're in your district or not. And for those businesses that aren't in your district, that's where this one little checkbox will come in, because we don't want to include them in our reporting. So if we uncheck that box, now every business can be in our business profile here. So the vendor that provides trash cans or porta potties, the sponsors, maybe it's a bank that isn't in your downtown district, but is still sponsoring and still an important part of your downtown. We want to make sure that we have all of that information. Maybe it's a business like an LLC or something that owns a property. We want to be able to put that information in so that we can link those businesses to those properties correctly. But by not checking in the district, it keeps those other businesses out of your reporting, so that what you pull as far as your reports for your district are accurate based on what's actually occurring in your downtown. As always, we appreciate you being a part of the Maestro community. And if you have any questions or need any additional information, please don't hesitate to reach out to us.